Hi, thank you for joining me today. This is How to Motivate Your Students and Get Them to Listen to You, Part 1. I'm really happy to have you here and excited to share my tips for effective classroom management. My name is Rachel Wise. I'm a certified school psychologist and licensed behavior specialist with a master's degree in education. I'm also the CEO and founder of educationandbehavior.com, a free learning and behavior website. During this presentation, I will recommend articles for further reading on some of the topics discussed. All articles can be found on educationandbehavior.com unless otherwise specified. This video presentation gives you 39 effective classroom management strategies to help you get your students motivated to complete their work and follow the classroom rules and expectations. This presentation is broken up into 4 parts, and this is part 1, where we will review tips 1 to 11. The strategies in these videos may not be what you are used to and might require changes on your part. While there is no perfect method for eliminating all challenging behaviors, these are the methods that I endorse and believe in as being the most effective for creating a positive classroom climate based on my own experience, research, and training. Some of these strategies are more practical for elementary age classrooms, but many of these ideas can be used for all students from preschool to high school. If you can't get a student to follow rules, complete work, or be kind to other students after you have consistently implemented the strategies in this presentation, talk to your school team, like your administrators or guidance counselor, to determine what else can be done to help this student. The school team may need to meet with the child's parents, and additional strategies may need to be put in place, like an individualized behavior plan and/or support from professionals like the guidance counselor, school psychologist, or principal. Tip number 1. Say hello and greet your students with a smile every day. If possible, stand in the doorway and say hello to each student by name as they enter the classroom. Show them that you are happy to see them. Tip number 2. Make time to hear your students' thoughts, ideas, and opinions. Take a genuine interest and give a response that shows you care. Number 3, use redirection. For example, say, finish writing your sentence instead of stop talking, or look up here instead of stop looking out the window. Nonverbal redirection, like tapping the student's paper or book in the spot where they should be as a reminder to get back on task, is often effective as well. Tip number 4, tell your students what you want them to do instead of what you don't want them to do. Examples include quiet in the hallway instead of no talking in the hallway, or keep your hands to yourself instead of no hitting. Children respond better when you tell them what to do instead of what not to do. Tip number 5, leave out extraneous comments about behavior. For example, no one else is doing that, why are you? Or, I don't know how you act at home, but you're not going to act like that here. Or, lower your voice, no one else wants to hear you. These kinds of comments often lead to other students chiming in with negative comments, embarrassment for the student, and an opening for the student to talk back to you. The same goes for negative comments about learning, such as, how do you not get this? We already went over it 3 times. Stay calm and re-explain it. Tip number 6, show empathy to your students. Showing empathy helps to build the bond between you and your students and helps your students trust you and feel secure with you. Examples of empathetic statements include, you seem frustrated, let me see how I can help you, or I can understand why you're so upset about what happened at recess today. Number 7, give choices to your students. Students are more open to completing tasks when they feel a sense of control over their own learning and education. Some examples of choices include, read a book of your choice and do a book report on it, or after you read this paragraph, draw a picture or write a few sentences to summarize what you read. Or for homework, make a poster or write a poem about your favorite activity, or write or type your essay. Number 8, teach your students to treat others nicely, use kind words, and be tolerant of differences. Let them know that you are proud of them, and they should be proud of themselves when you see them being helpful or kind to others. Remind them of class rules to be respectful and speak nicely to their peers. Report any bullying to your school team and be aware of and follow your school's protocol for bullying. Check out How to End Bullying Part 1, 19 Tips for Parents and Teachers, and How to End Bullying Part 2, 15 Tips for Kids for more on this topic. Tip number 9. For younger students or for older students who are still working on this, teach them how to share with each other. For example, if a child snatches a toy out of another child's hand and that other child hits the child who took the toy, teach them and model how to appropriately ask for a toy. For example, can I have a turn playing with that, please? And teach them how to respond if the other child says, no, I'm playing with it. For example, show them how to find another toy to play with. Teach the child who hit to use his words by saying something like, I don't like when you snatch a toy from my hand. I was playing with this. Teach the children to ask for help from an adult if they cannot work it out on their own. Also, encourage children to share and set limits for how long your students can play with a particular toy before they must let another child have a turn. Give appropriate praise when you see nice sharing among students. Like, I love how you shared the cars with Brian today. Keep up the good work. Number 10, allow your students to have opportunities for movement throughout the day other than recess. Examples of movement activities include getting up and stretching, doing jumping jacks or running in place, dancing to music, passing out or collecting papers, going to the bathroom, getting drinks at the water fountain, running an errand, taking the class outside on a nice day, incorporating academics into a movement activity. For example, you can do a counting activity while you do jumping jacks. For a related article, see how to use exercise to help kids with autism and ADHD. Tip number 11. Don't take away recess as a punishment for students who do not complete work or for those who have trouble remaining seated or staying quiet. Children need to move and get energy out to be effective learners. Check out Please Don't Take Away My Recess, a poem about ADHD. Thank you so much for joining me in How to Motivate Your Students and Get Them to Listen to You Part 1. I hope you will join us next for Part 2, Tips 12 through 20. This is Rachel Wise, CEO of educationandbehavior.com, and I would love for you to comment below and let me know what you think about this presentation and anything that you have to add. Thank you.